Today I'm going to talk about flash and communication methods, some automatic modes of flash units. First off, there is a communication method called TTL. This was the first automatic mode that was used. It means through the lens metering. What happens is that camera opens the shutter and records the reflection of light off of film. There is a secondary sensor in the camera just for that purpose. It reads the reflected light from your film or how much flash power should be used. There were some drawbacks with standard TTL. The reflectivity of digital sensors was slightly different than actual film. Now current methods used are specific to the camera company, and for example, Canon has E-TTL, Nikon has i-TTL, and Pentax p-TTL. They all basically do the same thing. What happens is that before the shutter even opens, the flash sends a pre-burst or a pre-flash, and then the camera uses its standard light meter to record that pre-flash, and then it defines how much power should be used for the actual photo. So like I said, before the shutter even opens, a pre-flash happens, or multiple pre-flashes, and then the camera defines how much power is used. And then the shutter opens, the flash fires again, and then you get the actual exposure, recorded photo. Problem with that is that if your lens does not communicate with your camera, the new methods of communication won't work properly with that manual lens. So, and also pre-flash can possibly, if you're photographing a person, they might start to blink when that pre-flash happens, and then right after, with the normal flash, your photo might have their eyes slightly closed, which is a second negative. But some older cameras, or possibly newer cameras, I'd have to research that, have standard TTL. I have an older camera body that uses the original TTL plus the, in my case, p-TTL, which is the Pentax version of that pre-flash method. So there are some differences between TTL and the newer E-TTL, i-TTL, p-TTL of each camera company. Another method of controlling your flash power automatically is with something called a Thyristor. It's a sensor inside the flash itself that defines how much flash power should be used. Usually the flash will try to read the aperture to supplement, the calculations, but some newer flash units, this is an older unit from many years ago, has this, see the green dot? That's where the Thyristor sensor is located. So you can just put this into an auto mode, and then it uses that sensor. It works quite well, I have to say. But as I was saying, some new flash units, the more expensive ones, do have that sensor inside. So you can tell your flash what aperture you're using, what ISO you're using, and then the flash will just take those two data values and use its sensor to give you a really nice exposure in most cases. So that's something to look for in a flash unit as well. So those were just the basics of communication methods with flash, as well as some flash units with the additional sensor inside. Thanks.